going on, ladies and gentlemen? I'm here today to report what I did. I did something that they thought was impossible till now. I was at the auction last night and I bought an entire truck bed full of hats. Yeah, that's right, hats. Duron, which is a paint company. Citco, which is a gas station. I bought 11 boxes full of hats. It just seemed like the perfect thing to do. I've always liked hats. I'm usually always wearing a hat. And they were there, so I had to buy them. Let me get a far out view. Yeah, it's a lot of hats. I'm gonna estimate that there's between 300 and 600 hats here. I'm about to go take them inside and count them shortly. This is just nuts. And this came from someone's personal belongings. Somebody owned all these hats. There was actually 2 more boxes that I didn't end up getting, sadly. I wish I could have got them, but I didn't. But I think ending up with 11 boxes was good enough. I mean, it's just, yeah, Confederacy, hell yeah! Hard Rock Cafe in Cancun. We got the Kmart Loves Kids hat. We got the Kmart Kids Race Against Drugs. Don't do drugs. Drugs are lame. Don't ruin your body. We got the camouflage Federated Car Care. We got an alligator hat covered in fake blood. Florida Gator Hunters Club. You probably had to be super prestigious to get this hat. Yeah, this is just a quick overview of all the, I still have it, but nobody wants to see it. Sunshine Chemical Specialties Incorporated. Uh-oh, we got a fish. 1989 World Championship Week Fish Tourney, Southern Delaware Chamber of Commerce. I mean, we just have so many cool hats. Trouble and Serviceman Training, Delaware Power. We got the Marlboro hat with the race car on it, Racing Team 92. Winn-Dixie Racing, look at that. So, excuse me. So I paid 75 bucks, 78 bucks for all these hats. There was 9 boxes that were on the floor. I paid $5 a box for all those that were on the floor. Holy crap, pause, time out. So, this just got much worse stained, this bookshelf, than it used to be. In my last video, I'll put a link to it in the description, there was a two small little pink stains. I didn't know what they were. This has been out here in the snow, so I guess that's moisture, and this thing looks like absolute trash. So I'm gonna probably burn this now. I just noticed that. Anyway, I don't remember where I left off. The hats. Yeah, there was 9 boxes on the floor. All the boxes that were on the floor, I ended up paying $5 for. 2 guys were bidding on them. They started off the bid. They were like, "Oh, we're bidding on these by the case." So, 2 guys ended up bidding. He started the bid at 20. Nobody wanted it. He went down to 15. Nobody wanted it. He went down to 10. Nobody wanted it. He went down to 5. Someone raised their hand, and 2 guys went back and forth, and the boxes ended up going for $11. And the guy said, "How many do you want?" He just took 1. So he was like, "Does anybody else want any more boxes?" And I was like, I do. He's like, "Well, give me $5 for them." I said, "Yeah, I'll give you $5 for them." He said, "How many do you want?" I said, "Give me them all." So he said, "Sold." So I got all the boxes on the floor for $45. And then there was 2 more boxes that were sitting on the auction table that were slightly bigger. He said, "Well, these ones are a little bit bigger, so will you give me $10 for these?" I was like, yeah, why not? What's 20 more bucks for 2 more boxes full of hats? So he said, "Sold." And then there was 1 box later. I hope it's not too windy. I'm trying to talk loud, but it's kind of windy out here, and I'm just like on a leisurely stroll through my backyard for some reason. Then there was one more box later that he didn't know was there, that he auctioned off. He said he looked for me, but he couldn't find me. So I didn't get that. But anyway, so I paid $5 a box for 9 of them and $10 a box for 2 of them to come out to $65. They charge Maryland's stupid tax, which is 6%, and there's an auction fee, which is 10%. So that jacked the price up to $78. So, yeah, that's the story on the hats. I'm gonna go inside and count them and sort them and pick out the best ones, and I'll check back soon. Ladies and gentlemen, I was actually way off in my count. Me and Lex, the van guy, just spent about 2 hours going through all these hats, and the total number came out to be 848 hats. Here's all the hats that Lex liked and wanted to keep. He's going for the floral thing. Here is my favorite hats out of each box. And here's Bert. Bert. Here's all of the hats. Sorry about your... Never mind. I thought that was your foot I stepped on. Look at them all. Look at all those hats. Here's a stack full of different hats. Here's like a newsboy hat. Here's a double brimmer. We got the stocking cap. It has the little cupcake girl on it. We got a weird leather hat. Another like newsboy hat with beer. A freaking woman's gardening visor. Another like newsboy hat. You want this hat? It's freaking Maxwell's. Yeah, this is Maxwell's hat. See? This belonged to Maxwell. We got the flashlight hat. That's a gnarly hat. We got the Marlboro. This thing is like, hear that? That's like gym pants material. That's 1992. 1992 with the fluorescent yellow strap, still with the tag. It's the official team gear of. It's the adventure team. Yeah. Marlboro cigarettes had an adventure team. We got another knit hat. We got the squirrel. Hold on. We got a squirrel and a log. 83rd U.S. Open Oakmont. Keep the sun out of your eyes hat. And we got the A's visor. This was Ashley Reynolds' hat. She was number 13. She drew on her visor. She played softball. So that's all the hats there. There was excuse me. There was a ton of Marlboro stuff. There was a ton of NASCAR stuff. There were some hats from other countries. There was Grenada. There was Norway. There was like 2 other countries that I don't remember right now. Do you remember them, Lex? I don't know. There were some hats from other countries. There was a couple of... What? Jamaica. I don't know. St. Thomas. It was cool. There was hats from other countries, which is kind of neat. There was also a couple hats that had some sweet pins on them. Random pins. I don't know. There was some sports teams. Quite a few Eagles hats. Philadelphia Eagles. For any of you Eagles fans out there, didn't they win the Super Bowl this year? Yeah, Super Bowl things happening. Basketball hats. Quite a few golf hats. Quite a few fishing hats. I think that's it. I don't want to stand here and think of every kind of hat that there was. What do you help me find that one camel hat? Dude, I really don't feel like looking through these hats again. But yeah, so there's the hats. Here's the boxes they came out of. I currently don't have a living room right now, but it's whatever, I guess. But hopefully all these hats are going to fit into one or two of these boxes so I can consolidate and make some space. So, hats off to owning hats. Oh, and also,
High five kittens.
High five kittens, man. If I'd have got those other two boxes, I'm quite confident that I would have been able to have 1,000 hats. And I bet you could talk to 1,000 people a day, and none of them will be able to say they bought 1,000 hats. So I'm kind of bummed out I didn't get to the 1,000 hat mark. That's my next goal in life, is to buy a lot of hats with 1,000 hats. So I'll keep you posted when that happens. It probably won't be soon. I'll probably be 87 before that happens, but whatever. So this is the hats. This is my auction purchase last week. Rock on, Pantera freaking rules. Alright, so here is my favorite hats of them all. I picked out my favorites from each of the 11 boxes. I couldn't decide on one for each box, but I'm going to have to now. So, I'll be back momentarily. Well, I'll go through these first, I guess. There's a favorite from one box. Here's a favorite from another box. Charlotte Hornets, Good Timers, and Cancun, Mexico, and Peak Antifreeze because it has a cool dinosaur on it. And it's from 1992, the year I was born. Nothing But Net from one of the boxes. Snake. Pass. Marlboro. Achy Breaky Heart, which is a Billy Ray Cyrus song. Washington Bullets, which is an old basketball team before they came to Wizards. A Tide Racing hat with a sweet NASCAR patch. Ow! And a Daytona 500 hat. This box had this cool Suburban propane hat. It's just cool how it has this red rope. Pike. And a floral Chevy hat. And a 92. Also the year I was born. And him. Pike. This one was Tide Racing. And Weikert Ford, Lake Wales, Florida. One box was just a Home Depot hat. One box was just this sweet teal Gates hat, which Gates makes automotive belts. Travis Tritt, Country Club. It's a cool song. Go check it out. Travis Tritt rules. He has a cool mullet. This sweet Delaware hat just looked cool because it had cool colors. And this gnarly Taco Bell hat, which, again, just kind of has some cool colors. We got the Los Angeles Clippers, who aren't doing well this season. We got the Mighty Ducks hat. That was a cool movie. Duran. Just a hat with some cool colors and a wild brim. And the Snap-on Racing hat. Good tools, kind of expensive, but whatever. We got the Coupon Lady hat. Really thick corduroy with a blue marlin on it. We have the K hat. I just like black and green combination. And we have another Chevy floral hat. So those are my favorite hats. I'm going to weed them down to 11 hats. And do a sweet video on the benefits of hat wearing.